It's Shawn and Sid.
Brought to you from the First Light Home Care Studios, firstlighthomecare.com.
So this week, we've got a lot of fun to get to. So thank you for being with us. And don't forget to check us out on social media, too.
Definitely. You can find us on Facebook, Shawn and Sid, or on Instagram. We post our Wind Down with Shawn and Sid videos there, and on Facebook, shawnandcyd.com. You can find all of our videos, link to the podcast, our sponsors.
That's the easiest way.
Yes, ma'am.
For sure. How cute. You refer to me as ma'am. Because we're so comfortable with each other. And you know what? Maybe it's because of our comfort food likeness. Do you like the same food I do, comfort food wise? Think about it. I made you some chili, right? Chili's.
If I'm going to go comfort food, I'm going to go need to unbutton my pants. I'm talking like macaroni and cheese, mashed potatoes, gravy. Yeah.
Why am I such a soup person?
I get that though.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying, to me, comfort food equals...
You want to get down in the gravy, get down in the goo.
Yes. Yes.
Well, just want to tell you, you might need to move then, because according to HuffPost, there was a survey done. Lighting retailer Econolite released a report breaking down America's favorite comfort foods by state.
Cool.
All right, what do you think Ohioans love? According to, granted, a lighting retailer. I have no idea why they are doing this survey, but whatever.
Whatever. Well, you just said I need to move. So is Ohio a soup thing? Are you just right on target?
Not only soup, but chili.
Wow.
Ohio is a chili thing, which I just happen to make a big old pot of. Yeah. So they're saying as it ranks, and I won't go through all the states, of course, but the top picks of the top 6 were pretty much the same thing. Fried chicken was number 1. Okay. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Okay.
And then the next 4 in line, they were chicken and waffles, then chili.
Wow.
And then a good old pot roast, rounding out the most frequently.
Yum. I could see that.
Pot roast and potatoes and all that goodness. Yeah. Interestingly, Cajun favorites like jambalaya, it was the top searched in Mississippi, but it was not in Louisiana, which does surprise me a little bit.
Huh. Where was it?
In just Mississippi.
Okay.
Grilled cheese was right up there. That makes sense, right? The good old baked potato soup. That's a soup? I got to try that. It sounds like amazing.
That good old, what is that?
Baked potato soup, chicken and dumplings, chicken noodle soup, mashed potatoes.
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, 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 all the way down. I just think right now we're all in a place, we just want a little comfort.
You need some gravy.
Words from the wise.
Yeah, if you don't learn anything today from us, at least learn that.
You know, we need to learn how Dolly Parton lives so doggone long. You got to hear her secrets. She's not eating gravy. I can promise you that.
No, she's not.
It's Shawn and Sid.
Brought to you by Merle Norman at Polaris.
See, part of my morning routine.
Definitely.
Every day.
Put that face on, girl.
Create a face. Thank you, Merle Norman. You know, you think about your morning routines. I'm guessing you're a creature of habit because you are very methodical.
I am. I think pre-COVID, I was a little more determined to have that morning routine because it was my only real time at home other than the evening. Now I'm just like, I'm at home all day. Like
I can work out later.
I can work out later. I can unload the dishwasher later. I can, whatever it might be.
Welcome to the dark side.
I know. Things are slipping away from me.
But if you think about people who may be successful in life, one of the common denominators is early risers, right?
Their morning routine.
Yes. But nobody like Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton just shared this. Keep in mind, she's 74. Okay. So Amazing. She looks extraordinary. She says she's really not 74. And I think, you know, she's making fun of the work she's had done, that it's really not 74, but how funny. But she shared with Woman's Day magazine. She's still writing music.
Yeah.
She funded millions of dollars for a vaccine. Did you know that?
I did know that.
She pulled that out of her own private money.
That's amazing.
To get that moving.
That's amazing.
She acts. She performs. She has various business ventures. So you got to guess like, okay, Dolly, You're 74. How in the world are you doing all this? When do you stumble out of bed?
Mm-hmm.
She's not stumbling, people. Dolly Parton springs out of bed.
Cartwheel style.
At 3 a.m. every single day.
That's not even morning.
3 a.m.
I mean, it is, but it's like middle of the night.
She says she does her best. I know, best work before the world awakes. She says, I'm always up for good around 3 a.m. And so I do some of my best spiritual work, some of my best writing, some of my best business work, my call-ins and letters, and I'm writing or whatever between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m.
Thank you for talking like that. I really felt like I was sitting next to her.
Thank you. Oh, me too. She says, I get my work done during that little period of time. So a 4-hour window. She said, the world's calm. Energies are down. I feel like a farmer, she said. And you know how they say the early bird gets the worm? She says, well, they also get a lot of really great ideas.
I mean, think how much you could actually get done. In those 4 hours is a lot of time.
I love the morning quiet. Don't you?
I love it.
I just don't get it because I have to run out the door. But, you know, there was a period of time when I was at home just, you know, doing the podcast in between radio and TV gigs. And that quiet space between like 7 and about 9 was just, it was just really peaceful. It was so cathartic.
That to me isn't quiet.
7 and 9?
Yeah.
You need
I'm
earlier?
Not trying to play devil's advocate.
No.
I just think it's even before that. It's like before the world starts to stir. I think that's where she's getting at.
Okay.
So you don't feel like you're missing out on anything. Like I feel like if I started my day at 7, I'd be kind of aligned with everybody else.
Oh, I get that.
Things I should be doing.
I just compared it to how when, you know, doing radio, I was up at 3 or something.
Oh, yeah.
7 to 9 felt like just this quiet, blessed time. But
you kind of looked like Dolly back then. Maybe that's why. You were up at 3.
I look like Dolly. Explain a little more for us.
I think we get the picture.
No, we really don't. But anyway, she's just so brilliant. She spends a little time reading her Bible. She spends time having a healthy breakfast. She says sometimes she goes off the deep end and have a little sausage patty and biscuits.
Oh, crazy girl.
Some gravy, but she just once in a while. And if she says she takes a nap if needed, but work usually keeps her energized. And get this, I mean, she goes a full day without a power nap at 74 years of age.
Amazing.
She's never needed any sleep, she said.
Some people are just built different.
Oh, Dolly's built different.
Mm-hmm.
It's Shawn and Sid.
Brought to you by North Star Family Dental, northstarfamilyddental.com.
And it's those pearly whites that may have gotten her all her attention. Is that true, Nia Blewett?
Oh, I hope so.
Nia is with us. Thanks for being here, Nia, first of all. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I know you're busy doing tests, studying, and those kinds of things as a Xavier student. How is that going, and what are you majoring in, by the way?
I am majoring in nursing. So
nice.
I'm in the accelerated ABSN program, and it is a lot of work.
I bet it is. I bet it is. So here you are, just minding your own business, trying to get by, get a college degree. And lo and behold, Nia, you find out that people are using your images over and over again and catfishing people. How did you? Who tipped you off? How did you find out, first of all?
You know, you find out all sorts of different ways. Either someone who thinks that they're dating you will contact you, or they'll try to say, I'm going to report your page because your page is fake. Or, you know, your friends will send stuff to you, or someone has tried to talk to them, and they're like, I actually know this person. You're not this person. Or sometimes they'll request to be your friend, or they'll accidentally tag you in a picture or something like that, or they'll accidentally tag one of your real friends in a picture, not realizing, like, we know each other. We're friends in real life. So, yeah, so many different ways.
Wow. So this was happening from multiple different accounts then?
Oh, yeah. And it's been happening for a while. So it's definitely happened before nursing school. I was in the military for almost 10 years, and it's happened the entire time I was in the military. I also was a flight attendant for like 7 years. So it's happened a lot with that, just because, you know, you go so many different places. So people just take your photos and, I don't know, come up with these really far out stories for people. So yeah, it's been happening for a while.
And what happens when you're tipped off that this is going on? I mean, what can you do to try to stop the bleeding, so to speak? You know, at this point, your photos are out there everywhere.
Yeah, I report the pages, although last year, at the beginning of 2020, I actually reported a page. And I don't know how, when I reported that page, my page got deactivated for being fake. So, and it took me like 3 months to get my page back.
Oh, wow.
You have to go do this whole identification process where you send in a picture with you holding your face next to your ID, and wow. I forget what all else that you have to do, but yeah, you really have to be careful with that stuff.
So in the times that you found out that you were being catfished over and over, or you weren't being catfished, you were kind of, people were using you to catfish others. Did you ever hear a story where, for instance, somebody got a lot of money stolen or were actually hurt in this?
Yeah, I've had people say things like, I've sent you this much money, or the hurt usually comes from the photos. Well, one, either, they really were in love with this person because they've been talking to them for however many months or years.
Wow.
Without seeing them. But also the hurt from, I sent these really personal photos of myself or videos of myself, and now I don't know what person actually has that. It's just some random person out there that has it, and I don't know what they're going to do with these photos or videos. Or the hurt can also come from, like you said, I've sent you this much money. You said that your phone bill was going to get cut off, or you couldn't pay your rent, or whatever the situation may be. And it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, you weren't talking to me.
We're with Nia Blewett. Nia is someone who has I guess her pretty pictures and her pretty face have garnered a lot of attention, and she has been used over and over again in catfishing schemes. And she's hanging out to tell us all the lessons she's learned so you can avoid the hurt too. More catfish talk with Shawn and Sid. It's Shawn and Sid.
Brought to you by the Wesley Communities, wesleycommunities.com.
Okay, yes, love is in the air because Valentine's Day is here, but you got to be really careful out there. If you think you might have stumbled upon the online love of your life, but something just doesn't smell right, take it from Nia Blewett, who is still with us here, that sometimes it's not everything it seems, and you've been that face for a lot of people because they've been using your images. And that's what you were just telling us about a minute ago. Do you know of any other stories pertaining to either you or some other people that you've heard about, these catfish stories?
I think the one maybe that sticks out the most, one of my military buddies, his page also gets a lot of attention, and people take his photos a lot. Well, he was deployed for quite some time. He's in the Army. Their deployments are a little bit longer than ours in the Air Force. And I guess multiple women have been catfished by someone who took his photos. Well, our names are on our uniform. So they found out where he was based, and they contacted the base. When they contacted the base, there's an internal investigation, like our version of the FBI that's in the military. They call it OSI. So they contacted OSI, and they let them know, this is how much money I gave this person. And, it was large amounts of money. Well, he had to shut his Instagram down pending the investigation, because he had to prove that it wasn't him. He had no idea who these women were. And then when they found out who he actually was, they were really upset at him. And he's like, I don't even know who you are.
Wow.
I've never met you, and I'm also deployed. I have no contact, and I don't need money. I don't need it. I have a job.
That just goes to show how involved people get.
Yeah.
And, how far they're willing to go to prove that is that person.
I'll tell you a story, okay? So a friend of mine, she thought that it was through Match. She thought she was talking to a colonel in the Army. All right. That to me would have been a flag right away, but he was stationed overseas. He stole the entire identity of an actual colonel in the Army. So everything about it she was doing checks and trying to see if this was legit. It seemed legit. But then he said he was getting a divorce. He wanted to come back stateside, but he couldn't get the time right now. His leave wouldn't be paid for or something. You would think that you would put all this together and go, okay, this smells. But by then she was so into what she thought was this incredible human being, right? She stopped short of sending money when I kind of intervened and said, because his website was not a .gov or a .us. It just stunk. Get this. Ended up, she was not talking to some guy. She was talking to like a 60-year-old woman in a trailer in West Virginia.
No way.
Who was... I know. It's so scary. And this woman was hired by some people who do this professionally and try to get money out of people.
This is like a business.
Yeah, but it's so sad. The stuff she would write was like stuff a woman would want to hear.
Yeah.
Is that just so creepy? And she reported it to Match.
Oh, man.
But she felt so like she was just dumb. Like she got the wool pulled over and she was embarrassed and hurt and all those things. Isn't that awful?
And the thing is, a lot of times, like they get people that have these like really like great jobs and stuff, or like, like, oh, I'm an astrophysicist, or, I'm a molecular scientist or something like that.
Right.
And then somehow they always like, something always happens where I'm in Botswana on some type of mission, and now this is failed and I can't get back. My passport is lost. I don't have access to any of my money, but I have millions of dollars over here. If you can just get me this many, $2,000-$3,000 so I can get home, then like that'd be great. And I'll come and I'll see you and I love you. It's always the story.
So
some
sad.
Really easy things, because military is such a huge target. Like literally, I don't think I have one friend that's in the military that has not had their picture stolen.
Weird.
And one of the easiest ways to know with military, like, I mean, if you're not military, it's kind of hard. But when you are military, it's like you can ask really simple questions like, oh, what's your MOS? Anyone in the military, that's like the most basic military jargon. Like, what's your job? One of the profiles of me that are up on, I think it's on LinkedIn, they say that I'm in the Air Force, but that I went to West Point. Like, West Point's not for the Air Force. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, let's do this. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk more to Nia, and she has some suggestions for everybody out there. So this does not happen to you. That's next. It's Shawn and Sid. It's Shawn and Sid.
Brought to you by Diet Pepsi.
That's right. And with us, Nia Blewett. Nia has been telling us quite the tale of how easy it is to be the victim of catfishing, and how she didn't even know, but people were stealing her photos everywhere, putting them everywhere, which I got to be honest is a little bit of a flattering thing. But Nia, let's do this, because we've told some great tales, and sadly there's always a sad story behind them. But can you give people what you would suggest as preventative ways so that this does not happen to them?
The very first thing that everyone needs to remember is that it is 2021 and their camera is not broken. If they say that their camera is broken, they're lying. If they're saying that I can't talk to you right now because I'm in XYZ location, they're lying. It's not them. You can always ask them to send you a picture or a video, although now they are able to Photoshop in hands with signs saying whatever it is that you're asking them to say, and they do videos with voiceovers. So you need to pay attention. If it looks fake, 9 times out of 10, it is fake.
Wow. But that's such a good point. Even if, like, say they're vacationing or something and they can't get back to you, or traveling for work. I think during COVID times too, you could raise an eyebrow, like, are you really traveling?
Or in the military,
right?
You know?
Yeah. Interesting.
Huh. So, okay. So we got that. What else? What would be some other little red flags, do you think?
Other red flags is if you look on their pictures and it's the same like little thing, like account that's commenting, or if it's like bots that are commenting on their pictures. Also, sometimes when you just look at the pictures, you can tell that they didn't take that. Like maybe the way that they cropped it, it just looks funny. I bet your daughter knows what I'm talking about. Like sometimes
like
when
the
people
quality.
the quality is off, or just the way that they like do it is weird.
Yeah. And then, of course, too, there should never be anybody asking you for money.
I think that's the number one also. Along with the camera, it's always going to come right down to money, which is going to be asked for pretty soon after you guys start talking, or they're going to fall in love super quick. You know, if someone looks like a supermodel, you know, there's this hot 25-year-old supermodel, like he's not falling in love, you know, in 1 week with, you know, some grandma in West Virginia that, you know, is living off of SSI and wants to take all of her SSI checks. Like, if it's too good to be true, it probably is.
It is so true. These are all incredible tips, and sadly, good reminders. They all just seem so simple.
Yeah.
Like, duh, why didn't I think of that?
But it's good to hear out loud. And I wonder if we have some listeners that are like, oh boy, that sounds familiar. Something going on now. But hopefully you prevented some listeners from having this happen to them.
Yeah, I hope so. Do not send money. I cannot say that enough. Don't send money. Do not send any pictures or videos. Those are, I think, the top two things that people reach out to me about. And they're like, well, they ask me, you know, how do you think I can get that stuff back? Like, I don't know, because I don't know who you were talking to.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
Yeah.
So just be careful.
Well,
and there's nothing that the police or anything can do about it if you know, report it. I've had people tell me that they've called the police to report it, but the thing is they willingly gave the money. So if you willingly give, you're not required. They're not required to give that back to you at all.
Oh boy, that hurts. Nia, you've been so enlightening, and this is so good to talk to you. And tell people how they can follow you and not catfish you, but how can they find you? Because you do a lot of, you're an influencer and you do a lot of other things. And look at you going for your nursing degree and all. Incredible. So how can people follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram. My handle is DimplesQueen _NINIBLU.
Okay.
DimplesQueen _Nini Blue.
Nini Blue. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. It's been great talking to you. And we'll be hitting you up here soon because you're going to have to bail me out of a lot of broken hearts.
Thanks, Nia.
Thank you. You too, be safe.
You too. It's Shawn and Sid. It's Shawn and Sid.
Brought to you by Avola Lanza Hair Studios. Go check them out. They're in Grandview.
I just got actually a message. Someone on our Facebook page, Shawn and Sid, wanted to know who does the hairs.
Ooh.
They're very excited. So, yes, Avola Lanza Hair Studio in Grandview. We've been with them forever.
Shout it from the rooftop.
I took you over there in your bassinet, I think, Sydney. I'm not sure.
My 3 hairs.
And they were styled perfectly. Okay. The long-running debate. Blue jeans. Should they be washed often or not? What's your thought on blue jeans?
Oh, man. I heard some story a long time ago. I think it was Zac Efron. Don't quote me on that. But he wore a pair of his jeans, like, religiously. I'm pretty sure he said he wore them in the shower to break them in.
And never washed them.
Yeah, but I'm sure they were like $1,000 jeans, so I can't relate. I don't think
Anderson Cooper, too. His mom was Gloria Vanderbilt, who had Vanderbilt fashions, Vanderbilt jeans. And he said he never washed his jeans, ever. They would throw them in a baggie and throw them in the freezer.
Weird.
There's
something else going on there.
It made their peas taste funky, but I said peas as in frozen.
I know.
Just so you know.
Yeah, I was confused there. Maybe that too.
Should have chosen broccoli. Sorry. Less confusion. Anyway, according to the CEO of Levi's, you know, the people from the 501 jeans, they went there to find out over the decades, I mean, should you be washing your jeans or should you not be washing your jeans? Because a lot of people don't like it. Once you've gotten them broken in to how you like them, you're worried about just, you know, they'll shrink or whatever the case, they'll change color.
And they will.
Yeah, they do shrink, no doubt. So how do you know if you can, or is it that time that you should be trying to wash your jeans? What do you think is the number one?
Stink.
Jeans stink. I can be in a room with people with stinky jeans.
No.
Yes.
Are you serious?
I can smell stinky jeans a mile away.
This is a skill I didn't know you had.
It's kind of like I'm almost like a crime dog when it comes to smelly jeans because I pick up on that scent right away. I know when people
You wore those yesterday.
I know. I'm talking days in a row.
Oh.
I work around photographers.
They're a
and,
little
well, they're always like down on their knees and, and I don't blame them wearing dirty, like stinky jeans. You wouldn't want to wear good jeans.
I don't know. I don't work with them.
I'm not calling them out by name, but I get it. Okay. So why you wouldn't wear your best jeans if you're
that makes sense.
Going to be out there in the field doing that.
It is a laborious job.
Yes. So they talk to the professionals to know if you do have to wash your jeans. And people, yes, you should wash your jeans. There are ways to do it without ruining your jeans. They say if you can, instead of throwing them in the washer, fill a tub with warm soapy water.
Okay.
And let them soak for 45 minutes. Rinse them out. Hang them. They say that's the best way to go about washing your jeans.
I wish my jeans were as expensive enough to care that much.
I know.
They're just not.
If you're going to throw them in the washing machine then and you have cheaper jeans, always select delicate, they said, as your wash cycle. I guess that makes sense. I never really thought about it.
My jeans go in with the rugs.
Use the right detergent. Make sure they're using a mild detergent and something safe for color. Always use cold water on the setting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do that.
Don't ever put your jeans in the dryer.
I think it depends on the pair.
I always do. Otherwise, they're crunchy, right?
Yeah, it just depends on the pair. Or I have like some boyfriend jeans that are really baggy. I'm like, I want them to shrink up a little bit.
What's the longest you've ever gone between washings for your jeans?
When I was in the office, because we're allowed to wear jeans.
Yeah.
I would wear the same pair and maybe alternate them every other day.
So you go a week without washing your jeans?
I could get by with a solid 3 days in the office.
I would be sniffing you out from down the hall.
It smells like yesterday's lunch.
I don't know what you're eating, but if your jeans smell like what you're eating, we got another issue. It's Shawn and Sid.
Presented by Pepsi from the First Light Home Care Studios, firstlighthomecare.com.
And should we do it again? I think just to regroup, we'll give them some more love. Ready?
Your kisses are creepy.
No wonder I have no one in my life.
I really hope you don't make that noise.
The other day, somebody asked me to make like a kissy face for a photo. And then she was laughing so hard. She's like, why are you a monkey right now? I'm like, it's been so long, I forget how to kiss.
Aww, that is so depressing.
What? If there's a single monkey out there, you just found the love of your life. Anyway.
And she kisses like a, Lord, what are they called?
What?
Shoot. What are those bears? Mwah. I can picture it. They're colorful.
A Care Bear?
A Care Bear.
I kiss like a Care Bear.
Oh, man. What were we talking about?
I don't remember. But
Just
anyway,
kidding.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Happy Valentine's Day. For
Love
those
is
of you.
in the air, girl.
Yeah, love is in the air for some, you know.
And then there's me.
Yeah. And for those that love is in the air, did that love begin at first sight or maybe not so much?
Is it such a thing?
Is it real? Can you look at someone and fall in love? What do you think?
Yeah, because I have a pillow of George Clooney. It's a full body pillow upstairs that Cameron gave me. And I'm pretty sure I fell in love.
Yeah. It's George Clooney. Yes. So that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. I don't know. I think there's infatuation and attraction, but is it love? I don't know. So you've done some digging.
I think you're exactly right. You can fall into infatuation, and it might be really, strong, heavy infatuation, but kind of an interesting article by Psychology Today. So love at first sight isn't just biased memory. People really do report experiencing this love at first sight feeling. It's that strong initial attraction. But the counter argument is that that's not love. That's not commitment and sacrifice and all those things that go into the true meaning of love.
Right.
It's just that initial connection. But they're saying that could be true.
And it also could be the incredible surprise that comes with meeting somebody you've been talking to on a dating site and they actually look like their picture.
Right.
Well, I'm so in love right now. You look like that person.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
No, but even so, that's a little different, I think, because you've had that emotional introduction.
Okay, you're talking boom, ran into you.
I'm talking
I'm in
look
love.
across the bar, see the person,
And
instant.
that's it. Okay.
Yes. So, shocker, you're more likely to feel love at first sight with beautiful people because it's just that superficial. We are surface level. Ooh, you have pretty teeth. That's what they're talking about. I like this fact. Men report love at first sight more than women.
Now, that's because you know why men are so visual.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Much more than women.
It says researchers actually aren't sure why this happens.
Well, they need to call me. I know why this is happening.
It says that women might be less inclined to this experience because they're more selective in whom they might date. A man, for example, reports this experience with multiple potential partners.
Duh.
But whether this translates into an actual relationship is another thing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Love this one. Love at first sight isn't always mutual.
I have heard that over and over again. I believe that.
It's typically one-sided. It suggests that shared instant love actually is not very common.
Interesting.
Kind of interesting.
Very interesting.
And love at first sight, like I mentioned, is not really love. It's love at first infatuation. So I think we should have left it to the expert, Sean Ireland. You could have led this one.
Could have saved you 4 minutes, people. Nobody asked me. It's Shawn and Sid.
Brought to you by Avola Lanza Hair Studios.
See, they can do the same thing as what you're about to talk about.
Can they?
Why not? I mean,
True.
I mean, you can see. Okay, let's first talk about what you want to talk about. I'm kind of like talking in circles here.
Stick with us, people.
Uh-huh.
So Amazon, just this past week, came out with a body scanner to create the perfectly fitting t-shirt. And us, as consumers are able to buy this perfectly fitting t-shirt. It's only $25.
So how does this work?
Pretty creepy. So basically you're going to put in your body stats, height, weight, skin tone. And then I guess it requires you to take 2 photos just within the Amazon app. Supposedly, they've been using this technology for the fitness band and the smart mirror, if you've seen those.
Yeah.
But it spits back out this replica, this avatar of you and what your body is shaped like, looks like. And then you kind of choose your color, your sleeve length, the neckline, and boom, you have what's supposed to be the perfectly fitting t-shirt.
And you don't have to pay additional for that service, right? It's
Not that I
part
see.
of the $25 t-shirt.
Not that I see.
Wow.
But in this article by Fast Company, the girl that was interviewed said her avatar looked uncannily like her.
That's scary.
Creepy. So now they have our fingerprint, they have our face scanned on our phones, and Amazon is collecting our body type. So if they want to just completely recreate us, they could do that.
Have you seen the 3D faces that they have in Tokyo?
No.
Oh, so scary.
Like robot people?
They're actual, so there are like, I think there are 12 of them that are 3D so uncanny that they look like human faces.
12 of them, you're saying like little robots?
12 looks of just faces that people are wearing. And so, yes.
Ooh.
So you look entirely like somebody else.
You put it on your face?
It's like something completely out of science fiction movies.
Oh.
It's so incredible.
Ew, weird.
I know, but
think about that. Like, my head went elsewhere, but like if
rob a bank.
Exactly.
I
And you're
know.
on a surveillance camera and they don't know who that person is.
I know.
Weird.
We got to get out of here.
But I will say,
Where's Pioneer Woman when we need her? We need to go visit her and get some crescent roll Danishes.
please no.
But it's so simple over there.
Maybe too simple.
You, Shawn and Sid.
Brought to you by Merle Norman at Polaris. Go there for all your makeup needs.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need to powder your pits, I'm sure they can find something for you.
They might make a nice deodorant. I've never looked.
Or they might be able to wax you there.
Oh, they do that. Yes.
Well, I don't know about body parts.
Talk to Leanne. She'll
Here's
make it
the
work.
reason you might need to talk to Leanne, because according to Yahoo News, Glamour Magazine, you name it, armpit hair is slowly creeping back into the mainstream.
For women.
For women? Women? That's another way to say that word.
Women.
It is slowly creeping back in. The latest, we've seen this throughout the years. I mean, this is
it's never gone away.
New thing.
It's just people haven't been so like, this is my armpit hair, I don't care.
Come one, come all.
Yeah.
Feel it if you like.
Ew.
Well, the latest is Emma Corrin. She was on the cover of Glamour magazine. She, if you don't know her, is on the show The Crown. Mm-hmm. She plays Princess Di.
I know, I'm watching. It's so good.
So, super talented actress. Well, she had this big magazine cover and she decided just to rock her armpit hair. All natural.
And people are up in armpits over it.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's just this debate. Do women need to shave their armpits? Like, when did this even start happening?
Well, I think if you aren't shaving your armpits, do you need to show it?
It was interesting. Emma, even the girl on the cover, said that she has been meaning to grow out her armpit hair for a couple years because she just wanted to try it, I guess. Yeah. And she said that she didn't because she was in relationships. And now she's just like, whatever. I'm growing out my pits and nobody can say anything about it.
All right. Would you ever? And when you see it, what's your first thought?
I have one word to describe myself.
Okay.
Italian.
Monkey.
I mean, no one wants me to grow out my armpit hair.
You think it'd be a lot?
I can rival probably my brother. And you know what? I don't even care if you people out there know that, because that is why I shave my armpits.
Right.
No one would.
I don't have much armpit hair, so I think I could get away with it.
You probably could.
But I just don't enjoy the feeling.
There's something very nice about having a smooth armpit, and you put your deodorant on it.
Yes, you're listening to the Shawn and Sid Show. Armpit talk. Is the caller there?
I know. Have we lost you? Are you still there? This is important.
Well, if it becomes a thing, I mean, if it really starts trending as a thing, we might have to jump on the armpit hair bus.
If you're in the car right now next to your wife, turn to her and ask her, would you ever grow out your armpit hair?
Would you rather do that than shave every single day? To some degree, yes, I would rather do that. But I think it gets to a place, too, where it's just uncomfortable. It's not great.
Yeah, I know guys that trim their armpit hair. My brother has to trim his.
Oh, yeah.
You could tie it around his arm.
He'd probably be suffocated in it if he didn't, but...
Wear it as a beard or something.
So I don't know. I don't think it's going to catch on. That's just my gut. I just can't imagine that many women would go, yeah, we want it. We want armpit hair.
You just wait.
You think?
Anything can happen.
It's Shawn and Sid.
Brought to you by the Wesley Communities, wesleycommunities.com.
You know what's so good about places like the Wesley Communities? Mm-hmm. People are healthy, and they're doing things that make them healthy, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
They have assisted living in all different ways that you can stay in that community. But I found the anti-aging tips. These are the foods that will help you age beautifully, and you know we all need these and put more of these in our life. This is according to realsimple.com, the anti-aging foods that the experts say are the very best. So if you aren't going to do the other stuff, the Botox, the filler, good on you. Try this.
Okay.
A big old helping of, you do this all the time, blueberries.
Yes.
Excellent source of everything you need, anti-inflammatories, the nutrient antioxidants, all that kind of thing.
Wow.
The vitamin C in blueberries helps promote cellular protection and skin health as we age.
Okay.
You're doing it all right. Nuts. Which of the nuts would you think would be the best for you?
Interesting. I would say, Brazilian, or I like...
You're being all too fancy.
Cashews, almonds?
Walnuts.
Okay.
Walnuts. They said a new study just found that women who regularly consume nuts, particularly walnuts, at midlife were more likely to age healthfully compared to those who never ate nuts.
So important.
So they're saying this is for mental acuity too. Really important. So get a handful of walnuts, people. Tea. Also really important. And that's you again.
You're reading my grocery list.
I know. You do all the right things.
Oh.
I'm so proud of you. Especially if you're somebody who is 65 or up. They say that's when it's all the more important for you to be drinking teas.
Like green tea?
Green tea, yes.
Earl Grey, or does it not matter?
I guess it doesn't matter that much.
Okay.
Beans and legumes. All of that based on a Mediterranean diet. Very important. They will help you keep your body younger. And also throw in some herbs and spices. Not Colonel Sanders herbs and spices, not his 11, just so you know. And one mystery ingredient I hadn't thought of, a fruit you never eat, I never eat, pears.
Oh, I love pears, though.
A study in neurology says the consumption of pears.
Great fiber.
Great and high in fiber, and it's good for your gut and your cardiovascular overall, too.
You know what's the best? Cut a pear in half, core it, stick it in the oven, little cinnamon, and you have a hot pear. Maybe you add some Grater's ice cream.
Put a pear in the microwave and you have a hot pear.
Or you have an explosion.
Just saying. Okay, fancy pants over there. Who am I arguing with? She's going to look so much younger than me come the day. Doesn't matter. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks for being with us. We love that you are here with us every week, and let us know if there's anything we can do for you too, because we appreciate you. Go to our website.
Yes, shawnandcyd.com. Pretty easy. Find us there.
And you can see our videos there from the week. And yes, you can see the Wind Down with Shawn and Cyd vid this week. All that's up there for you to see. Thanks for being with us. You know we care about you.
We appreciate you.